About it tonight on the Rogan, or tomorrow, I should say, on the Rogan Report. Again, that's tomorrow at 6:30.
Riverside County announcing the voter's office has sent out 1.4 million vote-by-mail ballots for the November 4th special election. To ensure that your vote is counted, turn in your ballot at the registrar's office or any vote center in Riverside County before 8 p.m. on Election Day. That's the first Tuesday of November. Ballots need to be postmarked on or before Election Day and received no later than November 11th. Vote-by-mail ballots can be returned through the Postal Service as well. Early voting at the voting office starts October 6th, so it's already underway right now, and it continues Monday through Friday, excluding county holidays, from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. The registrar's office will be open to voters on Election Day from 7 in the morning until 8 o'clock at night.
It's National Night Out in Indio tonight. That's where the police department is holding a community event, building relationships while promoting public safety. Our Brett Rosen has the story.
Here in Indio, just outside the center stage, where this National Night Out will happen. And when I spoke with local law enforcement earlier, they tell me that yes, tonight is about getting to know the community, but because of the different demonstrations, it's also about education as well.
The event will start at 6 o'clock. We'll run until 8:30.
That's Officer Joel Osmond with the Indio Police Department talking about the National Night Out event happening at the center stage in Indio. Osmond says the reason this event is so important is because it brings the community together.
The event is a family-friendly, community-focused event where you can not only connect with your local law enforcement, but this year we have over 50 community partners that you can connect with and see what they have to offer here in the community.
During the National Night Out, multiple local food vendors will be set up as well, giving special opportunities to different businesses who want to get their name out there.
The city puts the effort to want to, put these events together to make our city thrive, then we got to put that same amount of effort into, all playing our part.
Officer Osmond says there will be multiple police demonstrations as well, one of which being a wrecked car, showing the dangers of impaired driving.
It's an amazing thing to be able to actually show somebody a vehicle that was involved in a traffic collision and hit it home, right? Hit it home on what the driver went through, what the passengers went through, and be able to educate in that way.
Getting to know the community and education, both the biggest things about tonight's National Night Out, according to local law enforcement. Here in Indio, I'm Brett Rosen, NBC Palm Springs.
All right, Eric, thanks to Brett for that. New at 6 o'clock tonight, a call for volunteers to assist with the upcoming Gay Pride celebration in Palm Springs. The Greater Pride Palm Springs celebration takes place the first weekend in November, and it's a big event. Last year, more than 140,000 people attended. And with all those people coming, come medical emergencies that the Pride organization wants to be ready to handle. They're looking for volunteers from the medical field and members of the community with CPR certification. Jim Leckleiter is the first aid coordinator.
Right now, more than ever, I could use your help. I have 3 events coming up between now and Palm Springs Pride, November 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. If you are a nurse, paramedic, EMT, or anyone with CPR certification, I need you to help me. Go to NBCPalmSprings.com for more information and to sign up to be a medical and first aid volunteer.
And if you'd like to volunteer, we've made it really easy. Just go to our website, that's NBCPalmSprings.com. Click on the newsroom tab. There's a link right there that'll take you to the volunteer sign-up application. The deadline to sign up is November 3rd. NBC Palm Springs is a proud sponsor of Greater Palm Springs Pride.
Coming up next tonight, the White House announcing some tariff revenue may be used to fund the government program WIC. We've got details on the proposal right after the break.
Plus, Crypto Fits is at your service once again to discuss market impact, technology changes, and more. We'll give you a breakdown. That's after this.
And here's a quick look at your gold and silver prices. Stay with us. Those headlines coming up in just a few minutes.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Successful wildlife projects are happening all across the Salton Sea.
And in the middle of these restoration efforts, lithium enters the equation. Dive into the delicate balance of nature.
Committed to covering our community. You're watching NBC Palm Springs at 6.
Welcome back. The federal government shutdown is now entering a second week of standstill.
Now the Trump administration says it's figured out a workaround to help about 7 million Americans. President Donald Trump wants to use money generated by the trade tariffs to help fund the food assistance program. It's called WIC. WIC helps provide food assistance to pregnant women, new moms, and young children in need. However, the idea could hit a roadblock. Tariff money goes into a general fund managed by the Treasury Department. That fund and all tariff revenue is essentially frozen until Congress passes a funding bill and reopens the government. Congress and the administration could get around that by bypassing a measure to designate the tariff revenue for a specific use.
Cryptocurrency back in the spotlight as markets shift, regulations evolve, and new technologies shake up the digital finance world. For the latest, here's Crypto Fits.
All right, let's talk about Bitcoin's price. This week is about the technicals. We're in what traders call great sideways squeeze. Bitcoin's volatility has dropped to historic lows, tighter than a new pair of golf shoes. What does this mean? Well, it means a massive move is brewing. All the speculative froth has been skimmed off, and the market is building up an enormous amount of energy. Options data shows a huge number of bets being placed on a major price move before the end of this month. This is going on as we just reached another all-time high for Bitcoin. Now, for the trend you can't ignore, keep an eye on Web3 gaming. It's on fire. While Bitcoin's been doing its thing, we've seen a handful of high-quality crypto-native games report record numbers of active daily users. Finally, let's talk about something the amateurs miss: market structure. The big story is the flippening in the derivatives market. For the first time in nearly a year, Ethereum futures open interest is threatening to overtake Bitcoin's. This is a seismic shift. It indicates that sophisticated big money traders are making a massive bet on Ethereum's ecosystem and its upcoming upgrades, seeing more relative upside there than in Bitcoin in the short term. Remember now, Crypto Fits is not investment advice. It's information for you to check out, as we always say, to do your own research and homework. So the big picture: Bitcoin is coiled for a violent move. The gamers are showing us what real adoption looks like, and the pros are betting big on Ethereum. Download the Crypto Fits app and also check out the NBCPalmSprings.com website for our Bitcoin crypto glossary terms. I'm Jimmy Fitz for NBC Palm Springs.
All right, we're giving you a live look tonight from our Indian Wells Golf Resort camera. Pablo Alcina is standing by for the latest on our middle of the week forecast. Those details when we come right back.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Pablo Alsina, loving life in the desert. Look how beautiful this shot from the Walter Clark cam. Color in the sky changing, gorgeous temperatures starting to go down. Oh, I can't wait to play golf in Palm Springs. Absolutely gorgeous this time of year, especially when those temperatures go down. As we take a look outside, 94 degrees in Palm Springs with 0 precipitation, but that's going to change on Thursday and on Friday. Slow, light humidity, but I was sweating a little bit today in the afternoon, and of course it was 97 degrees. As we look at the high temperatures in the southwest, Palm Springs at 98, which is the hottest in the area, the same as Phoenix. San Diego, a gorgeous 73, and LA, where I moved from, at 75 degrees. But let's talk about our area and the high temperatures that we saw today. Look at Thousand Palms at night. This is for Wednesday. They're going to reach 96. Palm Springs, it's going to be around 96 also, but the temperatures will start going down, especially on Thursday and on Friday, and I'll show you exactly why. On Wednesday, Idlewild is going to see a high temperature of 77. Now, the low temperatures for tonight, Cabazon coming in at 58 degrees, Big Bear City at 31. Can't wait for ski season. Joshua Tree at 57. Absolutely love hiking. If you want to go hiking with me, reach out on Instagram, follow me, send me a message, I'll follow you back. Let's all go hiking. I can't wait to hike when the temperatures drop even more. And as we look at the radar, absolutely no cloud movement at all. Perfectly clear in the area, but that's going to change. This is our 7-day comfort air forecast. Thursday, 30% chance of rain, and on Friday, a 50% chance of rain. But still, both days combined, it's only going to be about a quarter inch of rain. I'm Pablo Alsina. More news coming up.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. only on NBCPalmSprings.com.
News isn't all we do. We have a wide variety of original programming for you to enjoy over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com. NBC Palm Springs Sports with Tim O'Brien, powered by Agua Caliente Casino.
The Firebirds home opener is this Friday, so to get you fired up for the big game, there are some events and pop-ups happening all week long that we will be reporting live from, and that starts tonight. Spotlight 29 Casino, our Tim O'Brien, Caitlin Kelly out there live with all the fans. Caitlin, you got the jersey ready. Friday is going to be so much fun.
Over to the check-in.
Yeah, hey, Olivia, Mark. I forgot the jersey. I'm running around doing 1,000 things. I got 15 jerseys at home, and I leave it in the car.
I know. I just was telling Tim before we came on, wow, we should have coordinated a little bit better because you look pretty dapper, but I look like I'm ready to go to a Firebirds game.
Yeah, you got to dress to impress, right? We're welcoming the fans back. It's the first time we're seeing some of these fans since April, and a sad ending to the Firebirds season, but you know, this is an opportunity for the fans to meet the team for the first time. There's, I don't know, maybe 10 or 12 new faces up on stage right now. So it is going to be a young team primarily. We just had a chance to hear from some of them and head coach Derek Laxdal, and analytically they'll be the youngest team in the league. But a question from a fan asked Coach Lax, said, hey, how do you manage on and off the ice a team so young with that veteran leadership as well? And he said, you know what? His job is easy because it's the culture. It's what the fans, it's what this city and what this valley has created over the last few years. That's a testament to this fan base.
Absolutely, the fan base rocking in here tonight. And another thing about having such a young team is we know it means fresh legs, and fresh legs means speed. And we saw a lot of that speed with this team last year, and with these fresh faces, I think that speed is going to continue.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be one of the fastest for sure. We just had a brief t-shirt toss on stage. Fuego made his grand appearance as well. It's the 25-26 Firebirds. Opening night Friday. Tickets still available, cdfirebirds.com, as well as our website, NBCPalmSprings.com. This is one of my favorite events of the year because that means hockey's officially back.
Man, this place is jam-packed. I can only imagine what opening night is going to look like against the Gulls on Friday.
And they're about to do all their signings. The fan base is, of course, going to line up, get anything and everything signed by the players and coaches here tonight. So for Caitlin Kelly, I'm Tim O'Brien. We'll have a full recap coming up tonight right here on NBC Palm Springs at 11, live at Spotlight 29 Casino. We'll send it back to you guys.
All right, thanks, guys. We appreciate that. And of course, you can also watch the game itself on My Firebirds TV. That's KPSE. The channel guide right there on your screen. So tons of stuff to do in the Valley to get fired up for Friday.
And now the Agua Caliente Entertainment Report, brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
Grammy Award-winning country singer Zach Bryan has split some of his fans with a politically charged song. Bryan uploaded a minute-long snippet of his upcoming song, Bad News, to Instagram on Friday. It contains lyrics that appear to reference ICE raids in a negative way. The 29-year-old singer captioned the snippet, "The fading of the red, white, and blue." However, Bryan may have more goodwill with fans to express such views because he became popular while still serving in the Navy.
An iconic band that supposedly played their final show a decade ago is back. David Daniel has that and more in tonight's Hollywood Minute.
We have to announce that we've made a decision to go back on tour.
Hi, we're going back on tour.
Rush returns to the road. Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson say the tour will be a celebration of their music and legacy and the life of drummer and lyricist Neil Peart, who died in 2020. Annika Niles will fill in for Peart behind the drums. The tour begins next June at the Kia Forum in Los Angeles, where Rush played its last gig in 2015.
You want one of these? This ought to do.
To 2 iconic westerns are marking anniversaries. Silverado, starring Kevin Kline, Scott Glenn, Kevin Costner, and Danny Glover, is 40 years old. And The Quick and the Dead, starring Sharon Stone, Gene Hackman, and Leonardo DiCaprio, is 30 years old. Both are out today in anniversary limited edition 4K Ultra HD steelbooks.
Governor Bush, strategery.
Not God Dowie.
Jim Downey went from the youngest writer at Saturday Night Live to the show's longest-running writer. In between, he wrote many of SNL's classic sketches and won 5 Emmy Awards. Downey wrote that about his influence on the show, features dozens of SNL cast members and writers. The doc debuts October 17th on Peacock. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Brighter Side of the News is brought to you by Fiesta Kia. Discover the all-new Fiesta Kia located in the I-10 Auto Mall.
All right, this week's Taco Tuesday, extra special because today, October 7th, is National Taco Day. Longtime favorite meal is served with a variety of items, including beef, chicken, and fish. But that's not everything we have with tacos, guys, right? There's like carne asada. Pork, yeah, pico de gallo, all that stuff you can put on there. So if, you know, it's around the dinner hour right now, if you want to head on out there and pick something up, maybe suggest some tacos, because this Tuesday is National Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, a lot of great local taco shops around here from each end of the valley. So you got a lot of different businesses you can support.
I have to learn all the good places to eat.
Yeah, we got to take you. Let's go right now. Taco time.
Email them to Pablo right here. All right, that's going to do it for us tonight. We're back here for the news at 11, so please join us for that. Meantime, we're going to send things over to Fred Rogan tonight. He's got the latest with the Rogan Report. Hey, Fred.
Hey, Mark.
Okay, be honest, do you really listen to what another person has to say, or are you the type that just hears what you want to hear? Looks like there's a lot of that going around. Hey, welcome in on this Tuesday, and I appreciate Tim sitting in. I know I've been absent. I was in Los Angeles for the Dodger playoffs, and if they continue to advance, I'll be off a little more doing my radio show from L.A. Now, it's been reported that the Riverside County District Attorney's Office will not file charges against Palm Springs police officer Ken Miranda, who crashed his motorcycle into parade attendees in December 2024, injuring at least 10 people. DA's office told the Desert Sun on Thursday the investigation did not show criminal conduct and the matter is being handled as a civil case. Earlier this month, we had an attorney on, Killian Summers, the attorney representing the victims, and she talked about it.
This should have never happened, Fred. We should not be here today discussing this. This could have been prevented, and it should have been prevented. They deserve to know, well, how come you didn't know all of this before? And if you did know all of this before, which, as we've seen in Chief Mill's statement, since at least 2019, I mean, they could have stopped this any of those years. And to say that these are unauthorized or unsanctioned, stunts or maneuvers by these motorcycle officers, they were authorized, they were approved every year that you didn't stop them from doing it. And so I think people need to be held accountable. And unfortunately, in many circumstances, and certainly when you're dealing with the police department, it takes somebody that, in the community, they're sworn to protect and serve to get injured before something's done.
Formica Law Group, who represents the victims and where Killian works, sent out a statement after the DA declined to file charges. It read in part, if this had involved a private motorist, criminal charges would have already been filed. Instead, because the driver was a police officer, there have been no consequences, and the officer remains on the city payroll. Formica went on to say, quote, the city's decision to take no action is extremely disturbing. This lack of accountability is why we are pursuing the lawsuit, which will be filed soon, unquote. Okay, let's move on to something that happened while I was gone. Contributors Paul and Tammy were on, and they were talking about the government shutdown.
And then we have Donald Trump. And Donald Trump is a one-party man, and what he says goes, and the Republicans fall in lockstep, and they're up to the whim of whatever he happens to be feeling or doing at the moment. And that's really, really a very dangerous place for us to be.
But we need to stop the name calling. We need to stop the blame. I'm going to guarantee you that my liberal friends are not Antifa, and they're not. They shouldn't be crushed, and we shouldn't.
Well, just to point out, Antifa means anti-fascist.
Correct, but it's gotten.
We're all on that page, I think.
To you and I, it might mean anti-fascist, but to others, it's a very dirty word. And I keep hearing fight, fight, fight. I'm like, why are you fighting? We're neighbors. It's us and them. It really should just be us.
Right.
Did you hear what they said? All right, here's an email we got from Edward. Just want to tell you, I really don't appreciate having guests on the Rogan Report tonight referring to Trump and his supporters as fascists. We rewatched the complete segment. Nowhere did either guest call Trump and his supporters fascist. They didn't say that, but that didn't stop Edward from demanding an apology. I'm incredibly bothered by this and fully expect you to apologize and issue an apology to all conservatives and Trump supporters. Just because you disagree with us does not make us or Trump evil. Edward didn't stop there. He went on to say that the only evil in this country is this talk of divisive talk. Actually, I can't speak for all conservatives, but I think you owe us an apology, Edward. Instead of listening to what was said, you heard exactly what you wanted to hear. Edward, quite frankly, you are part of the problem, but you can also be part of the solution. People don't listen. Actually, they do listen to what they want to hear. People are angry. You wanted them to call you a fascist so you could turn around and say you had been harmed. Instead of listening, you became a martyr. That's where we are. We love those who hate our enemies. Why are we all enemies? I have a saying I use in business. We're better together. You know how come we come together? We listen, and even if we disagree, we learn. So, Edward, there will be no apology from us, but in the spirit of working together, we no accept yours. Our contributors this evening, Stephanie Miner, CEO of Success Nonprofits, and actor and performer Katrina Dixon. Why do you think it is so hard to actually hear what people say, Katrina?
Because we're busy crafting our answer before they're even done talking. This is a very human thing. We all do it. I do it. You do it. Everybody does it, but we have to actually make the choice to step back and choose to listen rather than be crafting the answer before they even finish.
Stephanie?
I agree. I think now we're listening to respond, not trying to hear what other people say. And that is a big problem. And that is why that viewer maybe came up with that. But that's insane and crazy.
All right, so why do you think Edward heard our contributors calling Trump and his supporters fascist when they clearly did not, Stephanie?
Because that's what he wanted to hear. That's what he expected to hear. I mean, I don't know him, but he heard the word liberal and then they started talking and he immediately got defensive. And it's a problem on both sides. And so we've got to learn to do better.
Katrina, would you agree with that?
Absolutely. I think people are waiting to hear key words so that they can trigger the thing they just want to get said as an excuse to get it said.
How do you think we get back to really hearing what a person with an opinion opposite of ours is actually saying, Katrina?
Listening, and we all hate that answer, of course, especially when we feel as strongly as we do about things like politics. But I feel like just like in any human relationship, politics is another relationship we have to have with other humans. So listening.
Yeah, I think we've become like a mic drop society, right? We want to have the last word. Social media, we want to, stand out from the crowd. And we really need to take the time to be curious and try to listen. We don't always have to agree, but the world opens up when you're willing to listen to other people. And it's just something we have to be thoughtful and mindful about.
I think that was actually a really good comment. It's a mic drop world. We have to have the last word. Have you ever dealt with people that always have to have the last word? They have to have the last word. And I would say to people, you know what? Fine, you got the last word. Say it, and we're done. We're done. We don't even have to continue this. The spooky season is upon us. Are you looking for fun frights? Well, you can travel to LA for Halloween Horror Nights, Long Beach for the Queen Mary's Dark Harbor, or Buena Park for Not Scary Farm. But if you're looking for frights not so far away, head to Palm Desert for the Fear Haunted House. After taking last year off, Coachella Valley's scariest haunt has returned to the shops at Palm Desert. Sandy Wallace joins us, and she knows all about it. Sandy, thanks for coming in tonight.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, the haunted house is open, and it's at the Palm Desert Mall, right up the street, right?
Yes, it is, and we're so excited to be here.
All right, so let's talk about the haunted house. It's not the first year it's been there.
No, we actually started in 2009. We do pretty much almost every year, except for a few years we took off.
And why do you do the haunted house?
The love. The absolute love of what we do. Everybody who works there is a volunteer. Everybody volunteers, including the contractor, the electrician, everyone. It's just a family.
All right. So now let's talk about the haunted house. Let's break it down. Is it really scary or it's not scary?
Absolutely. We don't necessarily have a certified age limit, 8 years old, but if you don't like enclosed spaces and things flying at you and people jumping, give them until about 10.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the scariest thing in there?
Well, we have a couple of what I'm going to call people that fly through the air.
Okay.
People that fly off the ceiling, people that come down and jump down, land on you, and go back the other way.
Yeah. And obviously you have insurance in case somebody, freaks out, runs into a wall, does something like that.
We absolutely do.
Yeah. And usually what are the crowds like?
We have people that come back year after year. I had one couple that came in and the child was about 4 when they started. He's 12 now. And they still come back every year. It's like a family, not only us, but also the people that come visit us.
All right, so any of the people show up, I don't know, mid-late 20s drunk?
There has been occasions, and we are definitely trained to make sure they don't make it through the door. I'm at the front door. You smell like alcohol, love you dearly, but you're not coming in.
And so there is a rule. You can't come in like that.
Absolutely not.
Because I would think it would be, a safety problem?
Hazardous.
Yeah. All right. So here's the deal. The haunted house is open, and something really cool is going on. You're donating some of the proceeds this year to the Coachella Valley Cat Club, the cat rescue, right?
Absolutely. I've brought some of the cats with me today, but yes.
Wait a minute. You said I brought, because you have the cat hair on you?
I have cats.
You're like, oh, I brought some of the cat. I'm going, Lauren, where? Oh.
I've got them hidden.
Okay.
No, we actually, I have cats myself, and I just love them, and they need a lot of help.
Okay. So proceeds will be donated, a portion of them, to Coachella Valley Cat Club.
That is correct.
The cat rescue. And, we're giving tickets away, too, I think, right?
We are, absolutely.
Okay, so the way we're going to do it is we're giving 2 tickets away, I think, for the next couple of weeks.
Yep.
All right, go to the cool page at NBCPalmSprings.com. Get there, register, win a couple of tickets. Take your friends out to see the haunted house, and it will also help a very good cause. Thanks for coming in tonight.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, Steph, you like to be scared? If so, why?
I hate it. I do not like it at all. But I have a very brave daughter who loves to be scared. She just loves the thrill of it. But I cannot do it.
Katrina,
What about you, Katrina?
you're a performer, Katrina. So, you know, you're used to becoming alternate people. Do you like to be scared?
I do, but I have to gather some courage first. And usually my first go through of the first maze, wherever I am hanging on to whoever I'm with for dear life. And then by the last one, I'm running through and trying to hold hands with the actors that are trying to scare me.
I always wondered why people like to be scared. And believe me, I mean, Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios, and we live right down the street back in LA from there. That thing is jam-packed. It's the biggest event they have every year. Why do you want to be scared, Katrina?
I think we all love the rush of feeling like I just got through something that could have killed me, but it didn't. And there's that rush of endorphins. At the same time, you know you're totally safe. So it gets to be fun instead of truly scary, but you still get that badge of honor.
All right, and Stephanie, you don't like to be scared, but do you or your daughter travel to and visit haunted attractions during this time of year?
She does. She goes to Halloween Horror Nights. We used to live in Orlando, so she was there all the time. I'm just the mom who's like in the parking lot or outside eating some popcorn, but I do not go in.
What scares you the most, quickly, Stephanie?
Bugs.
Okay, Katrina?
I think jump scares, anything coming around a corner at me.
All right. Now I have to do something. I want to wish somebody a very special happy birthday. Her name is Peggy Thompson, and she's from Thousand Palms. There is Peggy. Last week, she celebrated her 100th birthday. I'm sure the story she could tell. The real story is she's surrounded by a loving family who are blessed to have her. Happy birthday, Peggy. I look forward to wishing you happy birthday again next year. It's official. I've become Willard Scott without the Smuckers. For 100 years, Peggy has been a good neighbor. Gary in Cathedral City needs some recommendations for a reputable consignment store in the valley looking to sell china and crystal Palm Desert. Bill is looking for a podiatrist to help with some foot issues. Victoria in La Quinta wants to know what's your favorite restaurant in Indio, Palm Desert or La Quinta. And Brianna in Bermuda Dunes looking for a part-time job certified in CADCI and holds an ASW license with 2,000 hours complete. If those designations mean something to someone hiring, reach out.
If you like something, we want to hear about it. If you don't like something, we want to hear about it. Find Fred on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Fred Rogan. You can also email thedesertdean@gmail.com. Dazzle us if you dare.
Is your insurance about to change for the worse?
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest news and updates on developing stories, head over to our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Don't miss our digital exclusive content. Me on a Plate, Talking with Thalia, Kai the Deal Guy, and Desert Entertainment with Todd. Only on NBC Palm Springs.
All right, so it looks like there's a new debate brewing in California over property insurance, all centered around an old law called Prop 103. The law, which was passed back in '88, meant to keep insurance rates in check. But now it seems like some people in the insurance industry are pushing for a new ballot initiative to change it, arguing that the old rules just aren't working anymore and are making it hard for them to operate. On the other side, consumer watchdogs are saying Prop 103 is still doing the job, saving consumers tons of money, and that this new effort would be a bad deal for regular folks. Does this just seem like a money grab from the insurance industry, or do you think Prop 103 needs updating, Stephanie?
I think that it sounds like an old law, 1988. Maybe it needs to be revisited, but I would want to make sure that consumers are safe. I have a problem with lack of transparency, so I can't wait to see how this all plays out.
What do you think, Katrina?
Yeah, I mean, I would like to believe that they are genuinely trying to be able to quickly adjust to the wildfires we've been having, to other, tragedies that have been happening lately. And it is an old law. However, we are talking about insurance companies, and we would love to believe they're out there to do good, but the vast majority of them throughout history have not proven that they are the best actors in the interest of the actual people. They're really out there to get money, so I don't trust it.
And to that point, watchdogs have said Prop 103 saved consumers billions. Insurance companies disagree. All right, Katrina, who do you believe?
I'm really going to have to pull a 50-50 here, because it is not a cut and dried situation at all. Both sides make valid arguments, but I'm sure both sides are withholding information that would give proper context. So honestly, I would wait to see how it plays out a bit more before making a decision on that.
You believe one side or the other now, Stephanie?
I'm going to go with the watchdogs. I mean, there's always, three parts: their truth, my truth, and what the actual truth is. And so I think that I believe the watchdogs because from what I read, there is evidence of billions of dollars being saved.
All right, when we return, Walter Clark breaks down the Prop 103 question.
Missed the news yesterday?
Now, before the break, we spoke about the ballot initiative to gut Prop 103. Does it have a chance? What would be the consequences if it passed? Legal expert Walter Clark now joins us to talk about it. Walter, you know the issue at hand tonight. What is the proposed insurance ballot measure? How would it change insurance regulation here in California?
Well, it's important to note that there are really two competing regulations being proposed. One is a proposition that says we're going to get rid of the old Prop 103, and the other one is one that would expand Prop 103. So we don't want to see Prop 103 get tossed out because that came as a result of the voters approving it in 1988, which had followed years of what we thought were real abuses by the insurance companies, arbitrary increases, redlining. In 1986, we saw auto insurance premiums go up 22%. So the public decided it's time to rein them in and set up a regulatory system with an insurance commissioner. They had some authority and an opportunity for the public to attend hearings and be heard on certain issues. So this new law that you're referring to is called a reform, but the reform would basically take away those regulations and say that the insurance companies could set the premiums themselves. And, you know, that would be without any input from the public. And I think it's an extreme deregulation that we don't need.
All right. Let me just ask you, I have a follow-up, but I was just sitting here listening, as I always do, and I learn every time you say something. Is that the official team jacket of Walter Clark? Does everyone at Walter Clark have to wear that jacket to work every day, yes or no?
Don't have to. They're just dying to do it whenever they can. And every now and then we have a quarterly meeting or something like that. And yeah, they seem to like it. It's not too unpleasant, and I'm going to get one for you, Fred, whether you like it or not.
Oh, I want one. Are you kidding me? I'll rock that thing all over the place. I'm going to rock it big time, Walter. Do we need an insurance commissioner in California? Is regulation necessary?
It's the one area where I think absolutely essential to have regulation. And that's because insurance itself is so incredibly complex. It balances public needs and difficult issues. And we need to have insurance for everybody financially. And for it to be efficient, we have to have people participate in the market. Otherwise, it's not efficient. Important for me to note, however, and I think I may have sent you a chart, that the property and casualty insurance industry last year, 2024, made $169 billion profit. So while we can feel sorry for them when we see floods and fires, they've done pretty well. And I think the important thing is to have fair and balanced regulation that takes all these matters into consideration and balances the power of the financial insurance industry, which is great, and the interest of the public. So that's the way I see it.
All right. I do have to say, though, before I say goodnight to you, I think that tie matching the colors of the logo are brilliant.
Excellent, but thank you.
See, even when you make an accident, even when an accident happens and you've committed the accident, it always works out perfectly. Thank you, Walter. I'll talk to you next week.
Brett, thank you. Good to be with you. Bye.
When we come back, the Riddler checks in.
Missed the news yesterday? Well, don't worry. You can watch the latest stories and even original news programming over on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com.
Every morning at 6 a.m., Jerry and I are here to help you start your day informed and connected. And after our newscast, I head out into our community to listen and bring you the stories that truly impact our lives here in the Valley so that your voice is heard.
You're watching our digital live stream. For the latest
Hey, riddle me this. I appear once in a minute, twice in a moment, but never in 1,000 years. What am I?
From Palm Springs to Indio to La Quinta, is anyone watching in Indio?
Whatever you're watching, tell us what you think. Find Fred on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Fred Rogan. You can also email thedesertdean@gmail.com.
This is a good one. I appear once in a minute, twice in a moment, but never in 1,000 years. What am I? The letter M.
That was good. Okay. Hey, you have a great night. But we're going to be going at it hard. You know why? NBC Palm Springs doing it for you 24/7. Go to the website, click on the show page. That'll take you to the Rogan Report. Content from tonight is up there, content from our past shows as well. Let me tell you, it's terrific to be back.